Welcome, AI Connect family, friends, musicians. Today, we're going to talk about the ticking time bomb of AI cover channels. Now, let me preface by saying, unequivocally, this analysis is not a condemnation of cover songs. Legitimate cover channels, those securing the proper licenses, are a vital and celebrated part of the music ecosystem, driving discovery and revenue for the original songwriters, artists, and publishers who built the industry. This report, instead, investigates the darker side of this new technology, a burgeoning field of AI-generated music that is defined not by homage, but by the exploitation of people, legal loopholes, and the very automated systems designed to protect them. You see, there's a rising trend of AI-generated cover songs, and it's on a collision course with decades of established media law, placing a popular new genre in a legal Wild West, where every upload risks a channel-ending lawsuit. You see, these AI cover channels, which use artificial intelligence to mimic the voices of famous artists, or take the words of famous artists and cloak them in a new melody, or take existing songs and twist them and turn them in someone else's voice with modifications. They've exploded in popularity. But while they rack up millions of views, they are simultaneously operating in a legal gray zone, so dark it's nearly black. And most are not just bending the rules, they are in danger of breaking several major laws at once. This is a critical, rapidly evolving battle for the future of media, and the channels themselves are on the front lines, exposed to a three-front legal war. Let's talk about the three-front legal war. The legal gauntlet. Every AI cover video typically risks violating three distinct and powerful rights simultaneously. Now, we're not talking about those following the right process, not avoiding being discovered by the YouTube algorithm. The first violation is the blueprint composition copyright. And this is the most fundamental infringement. The song itself, the underlying melody and lyrics, are a creative work owned by a songwriter and a music publisher. What this is the right to use a song's core musical DNA. How it's violated? Simply performing a song, even a straight cover with your own voice, requires a license. In the US, a compulsory mechanical license covers straight covers, but AI-generated works, especially those that alter the song, don't neatly fit this model, placing them in immediate violation. Now, on YouTube, you have tons of covers, but those are picked up by the algorithm, and they will be flagged, and they will be monetized by the owners. This is not what we're talking about. We're talking about those that deliberately evade the law. Violation 2, the identity, the right of publicity. This is the newest and most explosive legal challenge, and it has nothing to do with copyright. It's about identity. What is it? It's an individual's right to control the commercial use of their name, likeness, and crucially, their voice. How is this violated? Well, a channel uses an AI model of Frank Sinatra or Ariana Grande. It is exploiting that artist's persona to attract an audience, a commercial purpose, without their consent. A lot of times you have the images of these individuals being used and even animated or placed in attire from way back. Legal precedent increasingly supports the idea that a recognizable voice is a protected asset, and artists are actively fighting to protect their vocal identity from this new form of digital deepfake. Third violation: the product, the sound recording copyright. This is the most clear-cut case of infringement, typically owned by the artist's record label. And what this is, the copyright for the specific recording of a song, the master track, including the full instrumental. How it's violated? Many AI cover channels rip the official instrumental track, strip the original vocals, and then layer the AI cloned voice on top. Using that official instrumental is a direct and blatant infringement of the sound recording copyright. The second topic here is the derivative trap and what I call the new lyric lifting loophole. The lyric lifting loophole is a clever way that some creators use changing the lyrics or melody, and they think that it protects them under parody or fair use. The legal reality is the opposite, my friend. It makes the violation more severe. A standard license only grants the right to perform the song as written. The moment a creator alters the lyrics or melody, they have created a derivative work, and to legally create one, you must find the original publisher and negotiate direct, explicit permission. Now, a new, more insidious loophole has emerged that pushes this concept to its extreme. Creators are isolating only the lyrics from a famous song and feeding them into generative AI music tools. The AI then generates a completely new melody and brand new instrumentation for those stolen words. This tactic is exploding in popularity for a simple reason. It creates a new song that listeners can instantly vibe with and follow along because they already know the words. They are familiar with the words. It's the ultimate familiarity hack, and it's driving massive channel growth. This is a direct assault on YouTube's automated systems. Content ID is built to find audio fingerprints of a master recording or a known melody. When both are brand new, the system finds no match. YouTube systems are not currently set up to effectively read all the lyrics and flag standalone lyrics when divorced from the original tune. But this is not a clever workaround. It is a clear-cut infringement of the composition copyright, which is violation 1. The lyrics are a protected core component of that copyright. And what this results in is the original authors going unpaid when creators build massive followings on the back of their work. Now, if you've ever had anything stolen from you, especially your music, you can relate to how these artists must feel. The question is not how much they own already. The question is, how much does this violate their rights? I have had music stolen directly from my YouTube channel decades ago and used in a professional recording, which I am still continuing to gear up to fight because it is a significant label. It is amazing how low certain producers and musicians will stoop to steal from another creator. This problem, taking lyrics, cloaking them, creates a multi-layered legal jeopardy. Many AI tools like Suno and Udio explicitly block users from inputting artist names in prompts to prevent right of publicity violations. And some other AI tools are not as stringent. I will not name them to give them any publicity, but creators who find loopholes to bypass these safeguards are not only infringing copyright by stealing lyrics, but they are also violating the AI platform's terms of service, exposing them to allegations of fraud. And I'm talking about the individuals doing such things. On top of everything else, they have a double whammy of problems. One, with the companies such as Suno and Udio, and the second is with the owner of those songs. The third, I just call it Mission Impossible. It's the 100% legal checklist. You see, for an AI cover channel to be 100% bulletproof, it would need to complete a legal checklist so expensive and complex that it is practically impossible. Not to say that you couldn't, but every single song that a channel puts out would need the following. The channel would have to, 1, secure a master use license, negotiate directly with the record label, that could be Universal, Sony, to legally use the official instrumental, or alternatively, commission a completely new sound-alike instrumental from scratch, and of course without violating any AI company's terms of service. Secondly, they need to secure a composition license, obtain a license from the music publisher for the right to use the lyrics and melody. Thirdly, they would need to negotiate a derivative work license. If any changes are made to the lyrics or melody, including creating a new melody for the lyrics, secure this separate negotiated license from the publisher. And fourthly, secure artist permission. This is the deal breaker. The channel would need to contact the artist and their management directly and get explicit written consent to use an AI-generated model of their voice, likely involving complex compensation and royalty agreements. Given that artists and labels are the ones leading the fight against this trend, the chance of securing step number 4 is virtually zero. This is the beginning of the end. The fourth point here is the platform crackdown that's coming, and I'm talking about YouTube's walled garden. The platforms themselves are now being forced to act. Spotify's takedown of 75 million songs was not for naught. The noise levels are becoming increasingly higher, and YouTube is caught in the middle. They're rolling out new policies to manage the flood takedown system. YouTube has implemented tools allowing music partners to identify and request the removal of AI-generated content that mimics their artists' voices. Disclosure requirement. The platform's new policy requires creators to label content as synthetic or altered, including use of an AI-generated voice. Demonetization and penalties. Failure to disclose can lead to severe channel penalties, not just demonetization or removal, but entire shutdowns of the channel. YouTube is actively deprioritizing this content, making it a high-risk, low-reward venture. The bottom line is simple. The AI cover song Wild West will eventually come to an end. The vast majority of these channels exist in a state of willful infringement, relying on not being caught. They are vulnerable to copyright strikes, platform takedowns, and increasingly right of publicity lawsuits that could set a major legal precedent at any moment. And a lot of these channels, I must say, are banking on the fact that they don't even reside in areas where copyright is even a thing. It will be foolish to copy such channels, risking your reputation if you are a musician, and your YouTube channel if you have grown to huge proportions even before AI. Ladies and gentlemen, don't do it. I would advise anyone who is truly passionate about music to focus on creating their own content. Honestly, there are so many options to create content legally, ethically, honestly, without violating copyright. You can go to Suno, Udio, Tuni, and start a brand new song from scratch. The risk, if you are a resident in a country where copyright laws are upheld, is just too much. You could go absolutely bankrupt trying to fight your way out of these lawsuits. Because remember, they know who you are. It's not the Wild West of other countries where there are no such laws. But even then, the long arm of the law is poised to catch up with anyone, anywhere in the world. Because as long as there's a bank account and a money trail, they'll find you. Proceed with caution. If you've enjoyed this monologue, smash the like button and subscribe for more.